Kilo Oscar 4 Delta Foxtrot November.
Roger, Delta Foxtrot November. And if you would, why don't you tell me about your antenna system for about 10 seconds? Let me look around and see if I can find a better path. Roger?
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, my antenna...
Nearing Bullet 72. Infit antenna. My transceiver.
FT-710.
Transceiver is a Yaesu previous caller. So yeah, actually I commented on your YouTube page last week. I've been trying for a couple of Fridays to make contact with you, and looks like I finally made it.
Yes, sure. Now, did I respond to your communication about some suggestions about how to do that?
Yes, sir, you did. You talked about a tuned dipole. Funny thing is, I haven't done anything. I've been out of town for a few days. Just I had my antenna unplugged, because lightning and storms and such. Plugged the antenna in, fired up my radio, and it was still on this station from last Friday. And I guess the propagation gods are with us today and let me reach out to you.
Yes, sir. Now, what's your location, sir?
I am in Franklin, Tennessee. It's about 20 miles south of Nashville, Tennessee.
Yes, sir. And what was the name again?
The name is Troy.
Roger, Troy. And what radio is that?
Yaesu FT-710.
All righty. Well, gosh, again, I point out the fact that you want to be sure that that radio is transmitting in the wide mode, and that's 100 to 2900. You're probably not familiar with that. It's in settings, transmit, sideband, etc., somewhere in there, and we want that to be in the 100 to 2900 transmit band width. It's called wide, and it gives your transmitter the opportunity to perform at its peak. Roger?
Roger that. I can confirm I am in the wide 100 to 29 megahertz mode.
Oh, you are, Roger?
Roger that.
Excellent. So then the next thing is to get about 3 on your compressor on, and add a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. Roger, we just need a third of it. So I think I found that setting. It's called proc level on this radio, and I just set it to 3. Yes, sir. Now, don't confuse that with your mic gain control. Do you have a mic gain? Excuse me, a mic gain control?
Roger that. Mic gain is a separate control, and that is currently at 55 euros.
Okay, so let's go to your ALC with mic gain control in hand, and as you say the word audio, adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is running 2/3. 2/3 or 7 on your ALC meter. As you say the word audio, don't stress it, just say it as you would say any other word, and then adjust your mic gain as you say it to make your ALC meter reflect 2/3 or 7. Roger?
Audio. I'm up to about 72 on the mic gain, and I'm not getting much past the white and blue line.
Yes, sir. Is that to the right of center on that meter?
Roger that. The blue line starts Just after 9 on the S meter. Of course, the ALC is a line below it, but the white portion is a little more than half. The red portion, the blue portion is, like you said, maybe a third of the chart. I'm up to about 85, and I'm not really moving much on that meter.
Yes, sir. Now, what kind of mic are you using there?
It's the stock mic that came with the 710. I don't know the model number, but it's a handheld mic, the one that came with the transceiver.
Yes, sir. So I would suggest pulling that mic to the corner of your lips and talking across it. Actually touch the corner of your lips and talk across it. Roger?
Talk across it. Roger? Roger that. Talking across the mic, got my lips on the corner, increasing mic gain. I'm up to 100%, and we're really not moving that ALC. It's pretty much straight up and down, not quite into the blue 2/3 area.
Roger. Okay, do you know where the equalizer page is on that radio?
Roger that. It has a parametric EQ, and I believe I can find that. Yes, I found it.
Okay, so do you know where your treble control is? Stand by while I look. Actually, the question is it a 3-band, 8-band, or what kind of equalizer is it first?
So that's a good question. In the menu, it's listed, it says parametric EQ1 frequency, parametric EQ level, parametric EQ bandwidth, and then there's a 2.
Okay, so sometimes you have to be in that P mode, equalizer. Since you have your processor on, check and see if you necessarily have to be in that P mode and that your equalizer is turned on.
Yeah, I'm not seeing where I would find that. Not sure on that.
Okay, let's assume then that it's on, and you don't have another set of controls called P, Roger?
Roger. Not that I can find.
Okay, so probably you do not have to have adjustments in the P range when you've got your processor on. So what I'm looking for is on that treble control, what frequency is that? Let me rephrase that. You have three boost controls: bass, treble, and mid-range. Roger.
So it looks like the way this EQ is set up, I have an EQ1 frequency level bandwidth, then an EQ2 frequency level bandwidth, and then a 3 level bandwidth. They're all off. If I turn EQ1 frequency on, I get 100 hertz, and then I can go up in the hertz range.
Okay, so let's assume that control in the middle is your mid-range, and we want that off or flat. Off or flat for that mid-range control, Roger?
Roger that. EQ2, which we're assuming is mid-range, is currently off. Matter of fact, all three. If we're assuming EQ1 is low, EQ2 is mid, and 3 is high, they're all three turned off currently.
Great. So then turn on your treble control, EQ3, and you can adjust the frequency, Roger?
Roger that. When I turn it on, the first level is 1500, whereas EQ1, the first level was 100. So I think we're in the right range here.
Sounds like EQ1 might be the bass.
Yeah, roger that. I was agreeing because EQ3, its beginning frequency is 1500 hertz, whereas EQ1's beginning frequency is 100. So that tells me you're right. EQ1 is bass or low. 3 is very likely the treble.
Roger, roger. So EQ3 is your treble control, and we want you to select the frequency of 2.7 kilohertz. 2.7 kilohertz for the frequency of that equalizer. Roger, the treble control.
Equalizer, roger, the treble control.
Roger that. I am at 2700 hertz or 2.7 kilohertz currently.
Yes, sir. And then a width of 4. Width of 4, roger.
Width of 4, roger.
Roger that. I am at a width of 4 currently. The level is 5.
Okay, 5 out of how much top end do you have to go?
Top end do you have to go?
That control goes to 10, and I currently have it at 10.
Your treble control is at 2.7, and your push is already at plus 10. Is that a roger?
At plus 10, is that a roger?
Roger that.
Okay, so let's go back to your bottom, your base, and go to 200 cycles. 200 cycles on your base control. Width of 4. 200 cycles. Width of 4, roger.
Width of 4, roger.
Roger that. I am at 200 hertz, width of 4, with a level at 5. That control goes to 10 as well, but I'm currently at 5.
Is that a push 5, plus 5?
5, plus 5.
I'm going to assume so. It just says 5. Let me run it up and down and see if it goes to negative. Stand by. Yes, that scale does go to the negative side, so I am currently at push 5, or positive 5.
Roger, roger. So take that to flat, plus or minus 0, flat, roger.
0, flat, roger.
Roger that. We're at 0 on the level.
Okay, and gosh, I wish we had more push on the top end there. And you are all the way up to plus 10 at 2.7 kilohertz, roger.
2.7 kilohertz, roger.
Roger that. The level is plus 10 on the 2.7 kilohertz.
Okay, so let's go to minus 3 on the base. Minus 3 on the base from where you are.
3 on the base from where you are.
Is that level or bandwidth?
Level, minus 3. Minus 3 on your attenuation of the base frequencies, roger.
Attenuation of the base frequencies, roger.
I am currently
wasting your time.
All right, and then tell me about the best thing you like about your radio.
Tell me about the best thing you like about your radio. There's a separate EQ for the processor.
Receiver. I don't know anything else other than this one, so I don't have anything to compare it to. It's one of Yaesu's fairly current models. I think it came out maybe less than a year ago. Seems like it gets good ratings. Got a built-in tuner. Seems to have good sound. Roger.
Roger, roger. Keep that mic back on the corner of your lips, you know. And a good idea would be to keep your ALC out and watch your ALC. That's probably the most important, one of the most important meters there. And, you know, you got to have something to do. So I would just keep that ALC meter out and try to, use my voice to keep that right in that sweet spot of 2/3, roger?
That sweet spot of 2/3, roger.
Roger that. Understood. Yeah, I'm at the corner, got the corner of my mouth on the mic, speaking across it. The ALC meter, as I speak, it's pretty much straight up and down, 50%. It does kind of dip down to the left-hand side every once in a while. Doesn't really dip to the right-hand side into the blue area, but it pretty much stays primarily straight up and down. How is I know we're trying to tune the audio quality here, but is my level decent? I'm only 100-watt radio, no amplification, in-fed antenna, so am I barely making it, or we got good levels?
Roger, you're 3 dB dynamic range, which means, and I'll explain that to you, if I had a VU meter tied to a PA system at a ball game or something, and you were announcing, and I had that meter set up for 0 on your peaks, as you spoke, that meter would be bouncing around, and I would say that is a 10 dB dynamic range because it's unprocessed. So most folks say unprocessed audio is 10 dB. But come transmitting on the air, we want to fatten that signal up. So we want to tighten that 10 dB and make it 3 dB swing. So it's compressed, and at 3 dB, your average percent of peak modulation is between 80 and 85%. And it's like double the audio level. It's apparent level as you listen to it when you go from a 10 dB dynamic range signal to a 3 dB dynamic range signal. And you are right now at 3 dB, Roger?
Right now at 3 dB, Roger.
Roger that. A lot of info to digest there, but thank you for that deep explanation.
Yes, sir. Well, you have need to have some idea of where we're going, and you're there. But what I try to do is say why we're there and how to get there. The whole thing about level checks, I could tell you just to turn up your mic a little bit more, and you could do that, but you wouldn't know why. But now that you've set your mic by your ALC, you know how to set your mic and why, Roger.
Set your mic and why, Roger.
Yeah, Roger that. Just for clarity's sake, I am at 100 on the mic gain currently.
Roger. Now, how far are you off mic? How far away from the mic are you?
How far away from the mic are you?
I have the mic just about touching my lips, maybe 2 millimeters away from my lips, and I am still speaking across the mic and not into it.
Roger. I would pull it a little bit further back towards the corner of my lips, just a little bit further back than where you are.
Just a little bit further back than where you are.
And when you say back, you mean further away or closer to, Roger?
Further away from the middle of your mouth, towards the corner of your mouth. So a little bit more towards the corner of your mouth.
Towards the corner of your mouth.
Roger that. So that's approximately where I have it positioned now. The corner of my mouth, speaking across the mic. I moved it a little further away. Maybe we're about an inch away from my face. So where are we at now?
Yes, sir. I would actually touch the corner of my lips because as you move away, the angle of the dangle changes, and what used to be a controlled area is now out in front of your voice, out in front of your face. So we wanted to pull it back and actually touch the corner of your lips, Roger.
Actually touch the corner of your lips, Roger.
Roger that. Okay. It is touching the corner of my lips, speaking across the microphone. I can't get any closer to my lips than I currently have it. Roger that.
Yes, sir. And about that compressor, you think you're about 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100 on the compressor?
30 out of 100 on the compressor.
So let me check the range on this. I'm at 3, but let me see where we go from there.
Roger. I turned it off just for a minute. Let me hear it with you just without it.
Just without it.
Okay. That control goes up to 100, but it is currently off.
Sounds like we're getting some deliberate QRMing today. Oh my goodness, boy. You know, everybody's got to be somewhere doing something, but some people are more constructive with their lives than QRMing other people.
Yeah, when I tuned in last conversation, or you were having a stern talk with someone, and I wasn't sure what it was in regards to, but it sounds like we've got some people acting out today. You still with me, Roger?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was letting that gentleman blow his nose off, or whatever he was doing, Roger.
Whatever he was doing, Roger.
Roger that. So, once again, I am, the processor is completely off. It does have a scale up to 100.
Okay, so with a scale of 100, we want to be at 30, Roger, and that's where you were?
At 30, Roger, and that's where you were?
I was at 3. I am currently at 30 now. Roger?
Oh, so it's a 0 to 100 scale on your processor, Roger?
On your processor, Roger?
Roger that. And we were at 3 just until right now, and now we are at 30.
I see. Okay, let's go back and reset our ALC level. You know, when you mess with your EQ and you mess with your compressor, you should always go back and double check your ALC level that you're still correct. So we're looking for 2/3 as you say the word audio, and adjust your mic for that reading.
For that reading.
Roger that. Audio. I'm at 100 on the mic gain, and we still don't have much change on the ALC meter. I'm not getting 2/3, and of course I never have. Audio, pretty much straight up and down, 50%.
Yes, sir. I can see on my VU meter that you're right at 3 dB. So I think I would turn that compressor off, and tell me about your antenna system with the compressor off.
Antenna system with the compressor off.
Roger that. Processor is currently off. My antenna is a 71-foot in-fed half-wave. The far end of the antenna is about 30 feet up in the tree in my backyard. The unknown is very close to my house. It's about 20 feet off the ground, so I'm in a sloper configuration. Roger?
Yes, sir. I think it's a lot cleaner without the compressor, so I would run it without compression. Roger?
Without compression. Roger?
Roger that.
And I don't think it was really doing that much, but it, I mean, as far as keeping your level up, but it was kind of playing with all kinds of mouth noises. So this way, you know, it's sounding a whole lot cleaner. Roger?
Sounding a whole lot cleaner. Roger?
Roger that. There was another caller coming in, asked what radio. It's a Yaesu FT-710. Roger?
Yeah, I had some trouble with my 710. I never could get the ALC on it to go over half scale on it either, so I just disregarded that movement.
Yes, sir. Well, I don't know, but usually ALC is the Bible of everybody's radio. You've got to adjust your mic level according to your ALC, and that will tell you when you get 100% or what your modulation index is. That's how you set level on a radio, as opposed to just arbitrarily setting the mic level. Roger?
Setting the mic level, Roger.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, but that particular radio, the ALC adjustment, cannot help you set that adjustment that you want to set. You have to set it some other way.
Worked on the 710 was not, and it was all related to ALC and mic gain. So, and I didn't pay much attention to the video and watch it all. So I probably need to go back and watch that to see what the outcome of that. If there was a resolution to that. Roger.
Roger, we had a little doubling there in the first part of your transmission, but I copy the latter. And yeah, you know, the book sometimes is more complicated than what things need to be. You know, there's all kinds of ways of getting from here to there, and sometimes the more simplistic maneuver is a lot of times better than going through 5 pages of, you know, some engineer's fantasy land, and some of them are pretty farcical. I mean, as far as how to get from here to there, you know, I mean, everybody, you know, just out of curiosity, you know, and what we do is a generic setup pretty much, but everybody can run a plus 3 on their compressor processor. I mean, it doesn't take a middle giant to be able to just put your radio on a 3 out of 10 or a 30 out of 100, just a third of that compressor, you know. And so, you know, our setup says, you know, to start with a 3, and that's plenty enough. The 3 and the 6 are the same as far as actually working on the word. The only difference is the 6 gives you suck up between the words, which doesn't do you any good. So a 3 is just fine. It's something you'll never hear, but it does help your modulation index to some degree. And then the other thing, obviously, in that realm is regards to the ALC. And, you know, we have found that 2/3 is the sweet spot on most everybody's radio. You're out of the red, but you're above halfway. And the way to get to there is the magic word audio. It's just a beautiful word for setting a level, which is actually what you're doing with your mic gain control. Roger?
With your mic gain control, Roger?
Yeah, roger that. I'm going to have to do some more research on because I do know there's some peculiarities about this 710 and ALC and processor level, so I'm going to go back and watch those videos. I'm just happy that I'm making it all the way to you today. Again, I've tried, this will be the third Friday that I've tried to get contact, so I'm just happy I've made it that far, so I call that progress. Roger?
Yes, sir. I'm down on my Georgia SDR this afternoon, and that's where I'm picking you up, and you're doing a great job. So, gosh, let me jump out of here, Troy, and we'll say 73 to you, sir. You have a great afternoon, and study up on that book. You know, I think where you are is just perfect. I wouldn't change a thing. I would get the Gorilla tape out and taper down. Roger?
Gorilla tape out and taper down. Roger?
Roger that. Thanks for your time this afternoon. 73 to yourself. Have a good weekend. Bye now.
Roger, 73. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.